Hi everyone, welcome to Elemental Flows. My name is Christina and thank you for joining me in today's practice. Today I have a really quick flow prepared for you, so it will only be about 5 or 10 minutes or so. And it's a flow that's great to do whenever you're really short on time, but feel like your body would feel a lot better if you just get a quick stretch in. So let's get right into it. We're going to start in a wide-legged child's pose. So bring the big toes together, knees are wide apart. Let's walk the hands forward and rest the forehead on the mat. And we'll start this practice with one deep breath. So on an inhale, let's breathe in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Notice where you may be holding any tension in your body and just try to breathe into those spaces and allow those areas to relax. Let's walk the hands over to the left side so that you're on a 45-degree angle. The forehead still rests on the mat. And you should feel a stretch in the right side body. Now let's walk the hands over to the right this time. And again, notice where you may be holding any tension and just try to allow those areas to relax. Come back to the center of the mat. We're going to walk the hands close towards us so that we could come up into a neutral tabletop position. So once we're here, the shoulders are over the wrists, hips are over the knees, and we're going to arch our spine on an inhale. As we do so, we open up the chest and tilt the chin up towards the ceiling. And on an exhale, let's round the spine as we tuck the chin into the chest. Let's do that a couple more times. So on an inhale, we arch the spine as we lift up. On an exhale, let's round the spine, tuck the chin in. One more time. Inhale, we arch. Exhale, we round. Let's come back into a neutral tabletop. And we're going to press into the left hand so we could reach that right arm up to the sky. And then on an exhale, we'll send that arm through over to the left side as we drop the side of the head down to the mat. Press back into that left hand to reach that right arm back up to the sky. Then we drop that right hand down to the mat and we'll repeat on the other side. So this time we press into the right hand as we lift the left arm up. And on an exhale, let's send that arm through to the right and drop the head down to the mat. Press back into that right hand to lift the left arm up to the sky. And then we drop that left hand down. Let's now walk our hands forward let's walk our hands forward towards the top of the mat. And then we'll drop the forehead on the mat to come into our puppy pose. So still engage the core here so that you don't overarch the spine. And if you want to intensify the stretch here, you can come up to your fingertips. You should feel a little bit of a deeper stretch in your shoulder blades and arms. Good. Now from here, we're going to bring ourselves forward onto our mat. And then our hands are going to be on either side of our chest. We're just going to do a couple of baby cobras here. So on an inhale, let's press into the hands as we lift the chest gently off of the mat. We don't have to go that high up. Exhale, let's release the chest back down. We'll do that a couple more times. On an inhale, let's lift the chest up. Exhale to release. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Let's lift back up one more time. This time, we take the forearms, place them on the mat so that we could come into our Sphinx pose. So while we're here, our gaze is neutral and looking forward, and we're opening up the chest. Try to relax any tension that you might be noticing in your lower spine. Good, let's release the chest back down to the mat. Place one hand on top of the other at the top of the mat. We're just going to take that left knee out to the side so that it's on a 90-degree angle and hold this position. Again, notice where you may be holding tension and just try to breathe into those spaces to allow it to relax. And if you want to go a bit further here, you can lift that left foot off of the floor. You don't need to go that high. Bring the foot back down if you had it lifted, and then we're going to bring that left leg towards the back to meet the right. We'll repeat on the other side. So this time we take the right knee out to the side. And if you're adding the foot lift, just bring it up about a couple of inches or so off of the mat. Drop the foot back down, and then let's bring that left or right leg towards the left. Now let's take the hands, place them on either side of your chest. We're going to press up so that we can come into our downward facing dog. So take any additional movements here that you need. Again, notice where you may be holding tension and just try to move into those spaces a bit. And then come to find stillness in this pose once you're ready. From here, let's lift that left leg into the sky. And we're going to bend the knee to open up the hip here. Make sure that the shoulders are still square to the mat. Let's lift that left leg back up into the sky. And then on an exhale, we'll bend the knee and bring it forward into the chest so that we can place that foot down on the mat as we drop that back knee. On an inhale, let's slide or sweep the arms forward and up to come into our low lunge. Think about sinking the hips forward here. Good, and on an exhale, let's send the hips towards the back as we straighten that left leg to come into a half split. Walk the hands forward. As we do so, we bend into that left knee. We plant the right hand on the mat. And then with the left arm, let's reach forward and then reach the arm towards the back of the mat. And then we bend that knee if you want to add this part into your flow. And if you can grab hold of it, you can even grab onto your foot and then press that foot into the hand. While we're in this pose, we're thinking about opening up the chest to the side. Release the foot if you had hold of it. Let's bring that left arm towards the top of the mat again. Drop or place both hands on the mat so that we can press into the hands as we tuck the back toes to lift the knee off the floor. Let's send that left leg back, and then we'll go through a vinyasa. You could come to your knees if you like here. Let's bend at the elbows to lower ourselves down. Then slide the chest forward and up to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to release the chest, tuck the toes, press back into your downward facing dog. Let's repeat that on the left this time. So on an inhale, let's lift that right foot into the sky. On an exhale, we bend the knee to open up the hip. Straighten that leg once again. And then on an exhale, let's bend the knee, bring it forward into the chest so we can drop that foot down to the mat. We lower the back knee, swing the arms forward and up to come into your low lunge. Make sure that the shoulders are away from the ears here. Now let's drop the hands, send the hips towards the back of the mat as we straighten that left leg and flex that left foot. Walk the hands towards the top of the mat once again. Now we keep the left hand planted as we bring that right arm forward and then send it towards the back. You could hold it here or you can lift the left foot into the air so that you can grab hold of it with your hand. Release the foot if you had it lifted. Let's bring that right hand back to the mat. Let's tuck the back toes so we can lift the knee, press into the hand so we can send the right foot back, and let's go through our chaturanga. Bend at the elbows to lower yourself down, and slide the chest forward and up for upward facing dog or cobra. Release the chest back down, and then we will press into a child's pose. So I'm taking another wide-legged variation here. You can do a closed-legged one if you prefer. Just allow yourself to rest. Good, and then from here, let's walk the hands back towards us. And we're going to tuck our toes so that we could come onto our feet here. So our feet are about hip width distance apart. We're going to turn the toes outwards so that they're on a 45-degree angle so that we could come into our garland pose. So you could also use a block here and place it underneath you if you want the additional support. But while we're here, we're lifting out through the crown of the head to elongate the spine and opening up the chest. Let's now drop the hands to the mat. As we do so, let's send the hips into the sky as we straighten the legs, turn the toes so that they face towards the top of the mat once again, and we're going to hang here in our forward fold. So if you want to deepen the stretch here, you can grab hold of either elbows or even swing side to side. Do what feels good for you in your body right now, and just allow your head to hang heavy. Good. Now let's drop the hands back to the mat. We're actually going to press the hands into the shins to come up to a flat back. Exhale to release. Go back into your forward fold. And then we're going to slowly, inch by inch, roll ourselves up to a standing position or to our mountain pose. So once you come into standing, let's reach the arms up overhead and press palms together and bring them down through heart center. Excellent work, everyone. That's it for the flow today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how it was for you in the comments, but otherwise, I hope to see you at the next one and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.